Hey guys, this is Overkill TVP here, also known as Havoc TVP. I'm going to do a short educational video on Citadel and hit point areas for various ships here. Probably be only like a 10-minute video at best. Um, just to show you the dynamics of where and how you're supposed to hit these ships. Now, as you can see, I currently have the Pensacola selected. I'll go with something a little bigger here, like the main, for example. Now, one thing to do to improve, well, let's just talk about armor. Here's the main's armor layout. You can go to this little tab here, and it'll tell you basically where your weak spots are. So, like the superstructure, definitely want to throw some HE at your superstructure. That's kind of just general common sense. This armor belt is where AP rounds will hit the Citadel most likely, and also the side plating. But if you turn off torpedo protection, that's the Citadel armor right there. So if you can pen that armor thickness with whatever round that you're firing at, with this or this line here, then you can easily get Citadels on many ships. Sometimes you'll miss it. Sometimes the rounds will overpen and you'll go right through it. But it really comes down to leading your shot, using the right time around at the right time, and getting lucky with the dispersion. Now, I texted Slag this earlier about dispersion. A lot of these ships have different equipment modules that you can throw on. There's a particular one, I think it's not that one. Let's see what we got here. Battery. So, like this one. Maximum main battery shell dispersion. Minus 11%. It makes when you're at further ranges, and even tighter ranges, like closer together, it will make sure that your shots, depending on what barrel turret you have, 3, 4, 2, are closer together and not so far apart, where one round dips down and the other one goes way high. So when you're shooting all broadside, for example, you get more precise hits at your target. That's what lowering your battery shell dispersion means. Now, there is another trick to that. If you broadside all your guns all at the same time, some of those rounds won't be accurate. A good trick about doing that is to pace the shots, doing a, like, say if your ship has 4 turrets on it, you do a 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's fire 1, fire 2, fire 3, fire 4. You count those 4 seconds, and this way your guns, each gun is actually each turret would be more accurate than going full unleash. Now, the closer you are, say you're less than 7 kilometers away from another battleship to battleship, for example, you could go full broadside and fire all 4 turrets all at once. There is, because of the range distance, the dispersion's not going to be all crazy. But if you're shooting at over 20 kilometers in a battleship, and you fire broadside, some of those shots are just going to miss. It's just how the math is. There isn't any signals, I don't think, that really improves dispersion. There are maybe some commander skills that might help. Maybe I'm not 100% accurate about that. Armor pen. Super heavy armor. That super heavy AP shells helps for penning the armor belts. But generally, it's a lot of RNG, and that one module helps. Some of the other ships, like, say, I have a Tier 7, the Akazaki here. I think it's in this one, yes, so it's the 3rd mod, Aiming Systems mod. So different class ships have different modules that go in different slots. So, like, it'll say maximum main battery cell dispersion minus 7%. Now, this is very useful for a destroyer that is a gunboat. So there's always going to be kind of two different kind of class lines. You'll have destroyers that are torp boats and gunboats. You'll have cruisers that are heavy or light cruisers. Light cruisers shoot faster. Heavy cruisers have a heavier punch, and you can shoot further away from like hiding distances. Now, unlike the Hawaii, that's kind of like a light cruiser, but you can fire it from a far distance. It basically just comes down to how fast it can fire, its rate of fire. So a light cruiser has a faster rate of fire. Heavy cruisers can pack a bigger punch, um, and and they're more suitable for fighting other battleships, but they're not as if you're. It all depends on really how you like to play. But again, for like a light cruiser, aiming system mods would help. A destroyer, gunboat aiming system mods helps. As you can see, I think on my main, I'm sorry. Did I have that on? Props. So this one. So yeah, I have plotting on my main because at range it helps. HE, you hit the top of the deck. A lot of things will catch on fire. They have a less chance of overpenning. But the dispersion still matters. Like in my destroyer, for example, all I use is HE. I don't switch to AP at all on my destroyer. So chances of causing additional fires helps, and you can have signals that do that by the various shells. So you can throw those on; they help. I think there are some captain skills that will also add extra fire bonuses. Main battery HE shell armor pen. Chances of causing fire, demolition expert. So those will all improve your chances of causing fire, which, bleeding an enemy, which after they blow a repair kit and you can catch them on fire again, can be very, very useful. Especially if they go dark, like destroyers. And that also helps with secondaries. If your secondaries have a high rate of causing fires, that really helps.
Oh, brother!
Hold on a second. So anyway, back to what I was saying. I had to pause that. So all that kind of stuff improves, like I said. If a destroyer goes dark and he's on fire, he'll still burn, and you'll end up like getting a destruction or a kill for it, not even paying attention. Even with flooding, you can cruisers and they only recently started adding more torp builds for battleships like the Thor and that line and so on and so forth. There were some other ones that have like the Scharnhorst. And some other battleships have torps, but you don't really rely on the flood damage because if you're trying to build a flood boat with a battleship, then you're taking away from its guns, and the torps are just really secondary. And their range ain't all that great. Like some of the ones I have are only like 6 kilometers, right? That'd be like the Pomeran. I think, the Pomeran has a torp. And it's only like 6 kilometers. So that's like if a battleship really wants to get dumb and up close and you just want to finish it off while your guns are on cooldown. I don't even use it to go after destroyers or anything like that. I let this ship actually excels with its secondaries, so all you got to do is pack it once with maybe one salvo and let the secondaries do the work for that kind of stuff. Anyway, so naval battles are back up. I'm gonna play a battle. They didn't give us a very good selection of 2-time bonuses. We got 2 carriers. I have a German sub, but it's tricky to get 300 experience in the first place in co-op, let alone just it's just a pain in the butt. I do have the San Martin, though. I could definitely get some points into this, but generally I'll be playing. In order to get past that next mark, which is 1,100, you're going to have to play random battles. There's no way to get 1,100 experience in a co-op battle unless you're lucky in a battleship and happen to get like 8 kills and win the map. That's about the only way. Now, I wish asymmetric battles counted in the Naval Battle collection, and you'd see a lot more higher points. Right now we're fighting against RSD as an Asia group, and they already got 10 points on us. Thank you, Slag, for doing what you could do so far to start it off. I'm going to turn on my Naval Battles and hopefully get a decent run here in co-op, because at the start of it, here, we'll do this one. We'll do the San Martin. At the start of it, I only will play the 2X on the ships that I have that I know I can get it in. And the reason for that is not a lot of people have the various collection of ships that I do. There's few that might have this line. And the Libertad, for example. There's not many that have a Jaeger. There's not many that have any of the Pan-Asian or, I guess, French. There's not a lot of French that I see. There's not a lot of... I didn't see... there's like one person that had a British cruiser last week. You know, so I have a lot of variety to play with, except for subs and carriers. I don't have too much of that. But other than that, I can play a lot of the other lines. My Italian has gotten up there because of the last event that we had. I don't really have any Europeans. Definitely don't have Netherlands. Commonwealth. But, I think, you know, outside of uniques. Alright, we're going to do a co-op just to knock out the 2X bonus on the San Martin. Let's see how this goes. San Martin's kind of a fun ship. I like this ship. Now, I'm not the most accurate. I mean, I'm decently accurate. Sometimes when a ship is angled away from me, I have a hard time getting that first volley off. I just don't have the great timing on it. But I definitely don't miss on broadsides. Unless the dispersion throws me off. And again, RNG is not your friend in this game. It'll throw everything off. Some things just don't make sense. Alright, they put me on C. This ship only has AP. So it is definitely a good destroyer, cruiser killer. But it'll slack on the battleships. Because the battleships just have stronger armor. It's got a lot of supports. Sonar, hydro. It's got heals. And its consumable is the more you connect, the faster these can reset. And its torps are pretty decent, 10.5. And yeah, it's a salvo per side. Let's see where they are. Yeah, it's... Awaiting instructions. I kind of wish I did pick a ship that had HE as well. But HE's, like I said, you can hit a ship anywhere and it'll catch on fire, but you want to aim for the deck, or above the armor belt line. Now, like, if you're side by side with the ship, this is what I'm talking about. This is above that belt line. Anywhere up here, you're going to get HE fires. Anywhere between here, you're going to get your citadels. But you want to lead. So we're doing, you know, 30 knots. And this ship is only 1.7 kilometers from me. So I could shoot him, like, here. We're pretty much here, and I'll still hit him in the side, because we're so close. But if he's 10 kilometers away, you got to use your little meters there. 10 kilometers away, you got to lead that bar way out here for that 11 mark, that 10-11 mark, to hit that target where you want it. And some ships just don't like hitting that citadel. I mean, I was hitting them. I was definitely doing some damage there. I think we got all the ships over here. Hit! My team died. I guess the Cleveland was on fire. Well, I'll take a flag capture. It gives you more points. See, the goal here is to try to get 350 experience. And it's hard to do in co-op because everything dies just so fast. Another thing about that too, some rounds have more of a bullet straight line trajectory. Those have a real hard time trying to citadel. You want more of a, you want that, I'm sorry, though the bullet type hits the citadel more accurately. The higher arc shots will have a harder time. I said that wrong at first. But the closer you are, the lower the arc. I gotta get in there and do more damage. I don't have any kills yet. One battleship hits him and then he's pretty much gone. So, you know, a lot of things people don't understand is cruisers are good for killing destroyers. Destroyers are good for killing battleships, and battleships can just one-shot cruisers. When I see a cruiser or destroyer peck an HE at a battleship, it's almost just a waste of rounds. Ah! I got his citadel on his side. They could have let me have it. No, they didn't let me have it. Well, I got the experience. No, I didn't. Shit. I needed 350. Well, there goes that 2 points. See, if I got the kill, I would have had it. So stupid this time. I hate this game sometimes. So that means I gotta play it again just to get the stupid naval battle. I ain't doing it right now. I just wanted to show you where certain ships can stand out. I'll make another recording probably further down the road about that, playing different types of ships. At the moment, it is the 4th of July. I have to go upstairs and help cook dinner. I'll catch you guys later.